What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. We have some very nice things to talk about. Here we have Johnny Deaton telling us, in addition to placing its XRP in a cryptographic escrow, Ripple started publishing XRP market reports detailing XRP sales. As a private company, it was under no obligation to do either. The SEC used it versus Ripple in the lawsuit. Think about that on a day like today, which is very interesting. Don't forget, Library cooperated with the SEC, providing every LBC token transaction. Gary Gensler bragged to Andrew Orskin that the SEC won a judgment versus Library. Gary protected us from those fraudulent LBC tokens. Oh, that's right. Like with Ripple, there was no fraud in Library case. It's very, very odd, guys, how the SEC is just going after the real companies that are actually good, instead of going after the scams and after the people who are actually robbing people. It's crazy. You can see that this is so staged. This is staged, guys. There is no other explanation. You guys know SBF and gang were meeting with Jerome Powell as well, right as they were getting ready to crank the rates. Jerome Powell is from the Congress, guys. It's from the Federal Reserve. So this is all, it's insane how this is allowed in such a weird time, how this is all allowed to just happen with XRP is actually there for a long time now. And it's very weird that these things still exist, like this corruption in the United States. Who said XRP has nothing to do with ISO20022? So again, there are a lot of people saying that ISO20022 has nothing to do with XRP. That's not true, okay? Like, listen, so ISO20022 is a messaging system, okay? We know that, but the company that uses RippleNet has actually won the best of them. So to say that XRP has nothing to do with ISO20022, I would not be sure about that, guys. And here you can also see, we're excited to reigniting developer reflections and kicking off this week. We're proud to highlight crypto ISO202 interop. So you can see, and this is on the XRP Ledger website, it clearly has to do with everything. How to launch a SEC compliant token, I think it's pretty clear. This is a very nice list made. Was the blockchain funded in a traditional way and not through an ICO? No, which is good for the SEC. And XRP didn't have an ICO, and that's probably not allowed, because you can see ISO is actually the biggest, it was really like the biggest red flag, because ISO, they raise money. So there is talks of an investment contract very, very fast if you have an ICO, right? But again, guys, SEC is so corrupt, and you can just see it. First day of Christmas, 11/21. So this is a new account that is actually dropping things about XRP in Morse code. So this is the translation. With its feathers, it will cover you. Under its wing, you will find shelter. Now, if you think very carefully, guys, they have been printing dollars like crazy. The inflation is through the roof. What is the best thing that you can do? The best thing to do, guys, is to have digital assets. 100%. Look at this. This is David Schwartz saying millionaires will be made in the coming months, right? That's David Goldstein said that. And then David said they'll be made out of billionaires. So he means that they will lose a lot of money, right? But you have to understand, guys, what these guys usually do, they always talk in contradiction. So if they say something, you should do the opposite. And that's exactly what's happening now. Like, crypto cannot go any lower anymore. I'm telling you, if it's gonna go lower, it's not a lot, right? You can see that Ethereum is $1,200. You can see that Solana is $18 or $15. Everything is very low, guys, in terms of the all-time high. These are the levels to dollar cost average. It's very easy to see. New York Fed advances tests of CBDCs for cross-border payments. Why do you think this is happening now, guys? Open your eyes. It's happening in front of you. Even as the high-profile FTX crash sent the cryptocurrency world scrambling once again, the Fed of New York embarked on projects that could inform an expanded government role in digital currencies, right? So they're testing this, guys. And we know that they're testing the digital dollar right now. It's a 12-week process. If that's finished, it's going to be rolled out. The SEC has not labeled XRP as security and does not even have the power to do so. To be clear, the SEC hasn't labeled XRP as security, nor does it have the power to do so. One judge put it this way: the SEC can only ask the question and the court ultimately answers. This is the thing, and then also we have that Congress can interfere with this, and they are on the brink of doing that. I showed a couple of videos in my previous videos about that. So it's not gonna go any longer what Gary Gensler is doing, because they cannot tolerate this. Dragging your feet, Gary Gensler, is no way to regulate the world's largest financial market. Irresponsible. Let's take a look at this guy.
I hope Gary Gensler loses his fucking job, because his dragging of his feet and saying we're just going to prosecute anybody that I choose to prosecute in retrospect is no way to regulate the world's largest financial market. It's irresponsible. It's not fair on individuals. It's not fair to shut people out. What they did with XRP, suddenly decided in retrospect, we're going to basically shut them out of the US system. There's a bunch of retail investors who are holding it. They're forced out, or they're forced not to be able to trade their tokens. It's inexcusable. You need to create better guidelines for people. And it needs to be reasonable regulation. You need to listen to the industry and not shut them out and claim that you know what you're doing for your own self-interest of your job. So that's my Gary Gensler rant. And I hope
you should really think, guys, about this, because listen, why do you think there is a gap between what the people want and what they're actually doing? And this is the gap between the people and the government. And you have to understand that they do not listen to the people. They act like they do, but they don't. They absolutely do not listen. They do everything according to their plan, right? What is their plan? Well, their plan is to test all these CBDCs. Once everything is ready, then they will regulate XRP, then it can be used, and then the price will go up. It's very simple if you think about it. That's what's really happening. Thoughts on XRP? XRP has real use case. Do not forget, guys, don't look at the price right now. XRP is one of the few that has a real world use case.
Question every time. Jamel, welcome. Question, thoughts on XRP? I've said this a gazillion times. XRP has a real use case. It is being used as a protocol. Retail are held back because of the stupid SEC regulation and ruling that we're waiting for. I think there's a gap risk higher if they get the ruling. There's no gap risk lower as much. There's surely some speculation, but it's being used, and a chain that's being used for money transmission is a chain that has Metcalfe's law. So I have no issue with it. I own a small part.
Very clear, guys, very clear. So here we have Ripple Library. Here is an update on the status conference held today in the SEC versus Library case. SEC still wants to use process to crush us. Asked for 3+ months of discovery. Judge acts like a good guy but still completely clueless about big picture. Judge said SEC should provide clarity on legal secondary sales. SEC smirked, laughed at him. See, this is what we're talking about, guys. The judge, maybe the judge is paid off or something like that. I don't know, guys, what's happening. But you can clearly see that they're following their own plan. When I started buying XRP, I figured it would take some time. Never did I imagine the pain and the suffering we would have to endure. But I know I bought the right asset, and I won't let time and impatience prevent me from being wealthy. That's how you should think about it, guys. See it as saving up money, and that money is going to be worth a lot in the future. That's how you have to look at it, right? Because it's not easy holding XRP. The SEC did a very good job to push you out, and that's exactly what they want. Sam called Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse just days before FTX collapse to raise money and possibly save it, because Ripple is very healthy. Again, they have a lot of money, they are very healthy, and that is why he did that. Of course, you cannot, because you can't go to many companies to just ask for help. They need to have funds. So again, another Morse code tweet: when night comes, remember there is only one light that never goes out. XRP 11/22 tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow, guys, tomorrow is ISO 20022 the real date that it's gonna go live. It will be full functional in March, but tomorrow is the official go live date. Have faith in a world of doubt. Now everyone will tell I am fee 13 my last post. So it's going to be very interesting, guys. Buckle up because a lot of things are going to happen. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Cheers.